Hey there, buddies. It's Concert Buddy. Back to share with you some more albums that I would love to see get the vinyl treatment sooner than later. I did a video previously in this series just talking through some albums that meant a lot to me that I really enjoyed, that I think other people would enjoy, that for whatever reason have never been pressed on wax. So coming up, I'm going to talk through some more titles. There are more titles that need to be pressed to vinyl. What are they? Let's find out together. Cue that lever. I'll see you in a second. As I said in the open, I already started this series with a previous video. Hopefully you got a chance to check it out. If not, I'll put a link right here. All that said, just talking about albums from my past that, for whatever reason, didn't get a proper vinyl release, or I would really like to see reissued. I'm adding that little wrinkle to this video here.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Did I really have to take a shit after eating 3 hot dogs on the way over here? No.
But yeah, these are records that are albums that are good. I feel like they're very good. I mean, trust me, I'm sure you can relate. There is some hot garbage that somehow finds a home on vinyl pressing. I mean, even some of these like soundtracks, not to get sidetracked on soundtracks, but there's some movies I never even heard of that are straight dog shit. And then somehow they get their soundtrack pressed on vinyl. I don't get it. I don't make the rules. I just live by them, right? But the first album I'm going to talk about in this video is the 2005. Again, sticking in that late 90s, early 2000s period, which was kind of like a vinyl desert of vinyl getting made. The Fray was a band, or still is a band, I guess, and they had probably their signature album, How to Save a Life. This came out, again, 2005. Really good album, start to finish. I think so. Over My Head, Cable Car is probably the big hit off of this one. 2005, 2006, probably couldn't go anywhere without hearing that. Again, it probably got the Gap commercial treatment. You probably heard it in commercials. Your WB little teenage soap shows, I'm sure, employed it. But this is a really good song. Can't really complain. How to Save a Life was another big hit off of this album. Again, appealing to the teens and young adults, which I guess I wasn't teens, but you know, kind of more in my wheelhouse when this kind of came out. This one has actually been released on vinyl, and they actually reissued it already. But if you go check Discogs or online, like you want to go sell a kidney on the black market, take a knife. I think there's a knife around there somewhere. Just cut it out right now, because that's really the only way you're going to be able to afford some of the albums or the records that are already in existence. So to me, this one would be really easy, because hopefully there's plating, and this has already been pressed on vinyl before. Hopefully it wouldn't be a big lift from the label or the band to just reissue this one and save a brother a couple bucks, would you? So again, The Fray, How to Save a Life. Would love to see this on vinyl again. Staying in that same kind of mid-2000s pop, alternative, I don't even know how to classify the genre, just popular music, let's say that, right? Rock pop. 2007, the band Lifehouse released probably their arguably biggest album called Who We Are. And again, from that time, radio friendly, commercial friendly, just, you know, nice, easy, simple, enjoyable music you could put on the radio and zone out and enjoy it, and did absolute suck buttholes. It's just good stuff to listen to. A couple big tracks on this album. First Time was a good song. I think probably, you know, Whatever It Takes is a good song. Easier to Be, I thought, was pretty good. But again, my taste may not be your tastes. I just know that for whatever reason, I think these are probably some good looking dudes. I know the lead singer had that kind of like dyed blonde hair kind of look that a lot of us kind of employed back then at one time when they had hair. But yeah, this would, again, probably not a lot to make this converted to vinyl. Like music on vinyl, again, I think this will just be low hanging fruit, small run. put it out there, people be gobbling it up like big fat cheeseburgers. I promise you. Seriously, take me seriously. But anyway, Lifehouse, Who We Are, I think would be a great idea to put and give the vinyl treatment. The next one I'm going to talk about is a band that's one of my top bands. And again, they kind of broke early 90s. Band I'm talking about is Live. Their signature album, Throwing Copper, has been put on vinyl, and a lot of Mental Jewelry was an album before that, also has been reissued on vinyl. Secret Samadhi, the follow-up to Throwing Copper, also issued on vinyl. But the later stuff, not so much. Birds of Prey is an album I really like a lot, that only on CD. But for this video, I'm going to focus on an album called Songs from Black Mountain. And this was the album they released prior to them kind of splitting up. They were on the Sony label by this time. It's like 2006. There's a little consternation in the band. You can read about it all online. I'm not going to try to do story time here, but the long and the short of it is, they've been together pretty much since like high school and even before that. And, they started as the band Death of a Dictionary, and then became Live, and Ed had hair, and then he didn't have hair, and then Throwing Copper. And so, in the 90s and early 2000s, they were a big band. And recently, I think in the last couple of years, pre-COVID, they actually got back together. I mean, it got ugly, folks. And when I say ugly, Ed left the band or was fired from the band, and then they got a replacement singer, and Ed sued him, and Ed did the solo stuff, which, by the way, Ed's solo stuff, really good. Also on vinyl, at least his first album. But yeah, it got ugly. But anyway, 2006, this album comes out. Typical Live stuff. It's very rooted in kind of mysticism, spiritual type of sounding songs. Good songwriting. Ed's, they have a signature sound that for the most part they don't really deviate too much. I think on their fifth album, 5 or V, they got really into some transcendental stuff. They did a song with Tricky, kind of were really trying to test their sound and change their sound a little bit. I know, obviously Ed tried growing his hair back. Interesting results, but long-winded way to say Songs from Black Mountain would be so great to have back on vinyl or to put on vinyl. It's a sneaky album, I feel like, in their catalog, that there's a song, Sophia, that's just a really great song. Just again, the typical rock and roll bedrock of love, unrequited or not, lost love, chasing the muse, all that kind of stuff. And when these guys are together, it's just, there's a great chemistry outside of the little choral I was talking about before. But man, I would just love to have Live Songs from Black Mountain on vinyl. Wouldn't you? Maybe not. Maybe it's just me, but let's be selfish. It's my video. Put it on vinyl. So to close this video, I'm going to talk about an artist that has had several records on vinyl, and that's Ice Cube. I've talked about him in previous videos. He's on my, pantheon of hip-hop artists. And, from NWA, his solo stuff, the stuff with West Side Connection. He took the detour into those family films, which, hey man, you got to pay the bills, right? No disrespect for me on that one. But all that said, he still found time to go to his roots and go back to music. And in 2010, which, they're making a little bit more vinyl at that point. They're, usually, I know some Eminem records were getting the vinyl treatment. So it wasn't a very foreign concept to have hip hop on vinyl, especially underground stuff. But Ice Cube did this album called I Am the West, again, still rooted in his background, his history, West Coast, all that kind of stuff. And I really enjoyed this. I thought it was a banger of an album. Loved some of my favorite albums to work out to. Again, Life in California is a good one. To West Coast, which is guy Dub C, who, again, from West Side Connection. They had that falling out, I guess, and I don't know a lot of it. I'm sure it's on Google and the internet, but, that was a really great side project. You had Ice Cube, you had Dub C, and then you had Mac 10. I think Mac 10 may have been the issue there. If memory serves, there were some issues, I think, in his love life and yada yada. But anyway, this is a really good hip-hop album, I feel like. Again, just from the beats, the lyrics, Ice Cube, when he's really locked in, can really write some great raps, some great lyrics. He's not, he's not Nas, he's not, of that ilk, no disrespect, but you know, like, I just enjoy what he does.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And for some reason, I Am the West is not on vinyl. Just don't get it. Again, a lot of his earlier catalog on vinyl, even some stuff from around this time, also on vinyl. But you know, there's the song "I Rep the West." I mean, again, his source of inspiration, pretty obvious. But you know, it's just stuff that you can really just get into, and like, it makes you move. Makes you don't have to like move too much, but you can just go with it. The beats are good. Lyrics are good. Sometimes he's got a little funny zinger in there. It depends. But anyway, Ice Cube, I Am the West, 2010. Let's get this on vinyl. All right, folks. That's it for this video of put this on vinyl. Why isn't this on vinyl? I would love to see it on vinyl. I don't even know what I'm going to call these, right? But tell me in the comments below. Are you familiar with any of these albums? Did you have them on CDs? Did you hear any of the songs in passing? Or is it stuff that absolutely is this hot trailer trash? I don't care. Put it in the comments below. Let me know. What are albums that you would love to see get the vinyl treatment? Metal, country. There's so many genres that I just feel have been untapped when it comes to the vinyl renaissance, resurgence, whatever you want to brand it. And you know, these are just some offerings that I feel are just right in that wheelhouse. Anyway, hey buddies, as always, I really appreciate you spending your time watching these videos. I enjoy putting them together, throwing in my goofy clips and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully you get as much value of watching them as I do putting them out. But until next time, pals, buddies, friends, lend me your ears, lend me your eyes, and if you get the chance, just spin it. See you next time.
Well, well, well. How the turntables...
Well, we out of time.